So you're buying or selling a home with a septic system, and the system fails. What happens next? Check it out now. Welcome back to Tom's Take. I'm Tom Toole, and I am sharing with you today a topic that has come up a lot as of late regarding septic systems. So if you're not considering buying a home with a septic system, or you don't have a septic system at your current home, you're never going to have one, you don't need to watch. We'll be back next week with more great content. The people that do, this is really important, because what I have found and what a lot of my past clients have found is that most agents and consumers never read the agreement of sale before they sign it. And that's the agent's job, and the agents don't know what it says. So invariably, I'll get an email, hey, the septic system just failed at XYZ house. We need to know today if the seller is going to replace it or not. And there are so many variables, including the type of system, what it's going to do to the yard, where it's going to be placed, the cost, that it is impossible to make that decision on the spot. So I wanted to share with everyone what happens when the system fails. So I'm going to go back to the agreement of sale that we all sign when we buy and sell real estate in Pennsylvania. And if you go to paragraph 13 and you jump down to paragraph 3C, if a report reveals the need to expand or replace the existing individual on-lot sewage system, seller may, within 25 days, if not specified, of receiving the report, submit a proposal to the buyer. The proposal includes the name of the company to perform the work, who's going to pay for it, including retests, and the projected completion date with corrective measures. And then within 5 days of the proposal, or if no proposal is provided, the buyer can either agree, terminate, or negotiate with the seller. So what this says here, and this is pretty important because these things take time, that there's 25 days after getting notice the system fails for the seller to investigate, get someone out to test the lot. It's called a PERC test to make sure the water's going to flow appropriately. That's only if a replacement's needed. If it's just repairs, it's a little different. And submit a proposal to the buyer. So there's 25 days, and these are not just Monday through Friday. These are 7 days a week, unless specified in the agreement, that the seller can come up with a solution. And the reason I say this is there's a lot of variables here, because you're not only dealing with a buyer and seller, you've got to get on a septic company schedule. These guys don't do work in the wintertime because the ground's frozen, most winters. Then they have to get a permit. And then with the permit, they have to design a system after the PERC test is completed and it comes back as a pass. Then once the design's done, they've got to get it approved by the Department of Health. So this all takes time, and that's why this is timed in the agreement of sale. So if you're a buyer or a seller and you're looking at homes with septic systems, be aware it's going to take some time to work this out. And the reality is, any seller, once they find out that a system has failed, they've got to disclose that. That's a disclosure law. They have to disclose that the system is failed based on the inspection, so they're probably going to have to fix it anyway or address it. So if you can hang in there and wait the appropriate amount of time, you're likely going to get a brand new septic system, and there's 25 days to do all the investigation. Simple episode here, really important because people don't read what they sign anymore. It happens all the time. If you've got questions, reach out to me direct. Otherwise, we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.